opinions of the
Time to get on the right path with Right Path Real Estate Radio with Jason Bible. Get the answer to your question that's keeping you from taking action and succeeding today. Get ready. The guide that will put your fears behind you is on the air now. Taking calls at 713-785-1817.
All right, stand by. Hot mics in 5, 4, 3, 2,
Now here's
1.
your host, Jason Bible.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. It's Friday. It's Good Friday, and I am in the studio. Most everybody's playing reruns. This is a fresh show, folks. Nikki's in studio. I think it's just me and Nikki at the office today.
That's it. That's it.
So we're here working. If y'all have questions, 713-785-1817. I've had a couple of great events. Last night we had our Private Lender Summit. And you're probably wondering, hey, Jason, I've never heard the Private Lender Summit. What's that? It's a very small, super secret group that we put on every quarter. And it's really for those people who want to learn how to lend their money in real estate. So me and a buddy of mine, Brant, put that on last night. Great event. We had 40, 50 people end up showing up throughout the evening. Lots of great networking at the end. There's always a lot of deals, I think, that end up getting done there. So great event. Lots of folks, lots of new people. Probably the room was 90% new folks, and typically it's not that way, but we just had a whole bunch of new people there. It was great, and we actually had somebody travel down from Dallas just to come to that one event. So great turnout, excellent event, and today's show dovetails nicely into what happened last night. Last night is all about doing something different. You've got an old IRA, 401k from another employer, and you move it over to Quest IRA. So Quest is a self-directed IRA custodian. Highly recommend you listen to Wednesday's show. I had Nate Hare on the show, and we talked about inherited IRAs and all that good stuff. But why I was so excited about doing the Private Lender Summit is those folks are doing something incredibly different than their peers. Most people take their IRA and then they deploy it into some kind of fund or some kind of employer plan. You know, they just put it somewhere. They don't necessarily put it into something different. That can get them a different result. And that's what the discussion was last night. What is it that you're going to do differently to get different results from your peers? So Brant and I obviously do a lot of real estate. We prefer to borrow money from self-directed IRA folks and deploy that capital into real estate deals. We do it through debt service. In other words, I'm going out and buying a house. It's worth $200,000. I'm going to buy it for $100,000, put $35,000 in rehab in it. So I borrow $135,000 to put into this deal. Let's say at 6, 7, 8%, whatever the number is. Relatively safe and secure. It's a first lien position on a piece of real estate that has an incredible equity position in front of it. In fact, I was joking with one of the folks that came to the private lender event last night. He said, "What happens if you foreclose?" I said, "Well, if a lender forecloses, they actually make more money." And he kind of laughed, and I said, "Well, you make the most money when you have to foreclose a borrower. The worst case scenario financially is they pay you on time." He laughed, and I said, "Let me show you the numbers. Let me show you why that is. If you have a substantial equity position in front of your first lien, in other words, in front of what you're lending to the borrower, you're going to make money if you have to foreclose on that person, if you have to foreclose on that deal." It is an incredible way to build wealth, or to expose your wealth to real estate. And that's what this gentleman did. He's got equity positions in companies. He's got a bunch of stuff in the stock market. And he said, I just want to dip my toe, if you will, into real estate, and I think this is a safe way to do it. And I said, well, it's up to you to determine what's safe and what's not, but let me explain to you all the elements and risks and all that. The Private Lender Summit was really born out of the idea of how do you manage risk in lending to single-family houses. That's really the origination of that event. And to talk about borrowers and assets and lenders and compare notes, hey, what's going on in the market from a lending standpoint? Great event. But I want to tie all that into today's theme, today's show. And that is what I like to call crushing mediocrity. Crushing mediocrity. And what is that? It's doing the same stuff to get the same result. You know, as we're building Right Path Real Estate, one of the challenges we see is that the people who really resonate to our message typically are those people who've been in real estate or have gone to other real estate education classes. What we teach is so diametrically opposed to what is going on in the real estate education space, it's hard for new people to grasp until they go somewhere else. The show isn't the late night infomercial, you're going to get rich quick, all that nonsense, because that doesn't work, because it's not real. This is about building a sustainable business. I know a lot of people get into real estate for legacy reasons. In other words, they want to be able to pass on a business, assets, those sorts of things to their family. What better way not only to pass on the actual assets, the houses, but to pass on an enduring real estate business? That's what we teach, and that's what we build. This is a business. I did a Facebook Live video this morning where I explained what the difference is in a real estate business versus an investment. And a lot of that has to do with setting goals, putting together a specific formula for success. We know 100% certainty what it takes to buy houses. We know that. It works in this market. It works in Dallas-Fort Worth. It works in St. Louis. Works in Kansas City. Works in Seattle. Works in California, New York, Florida, Wyoming. I mean, we can go down the whole list. It plain works. We know because we've coached people in all of those markets. Here's how I know when it doesn't work. When they're not sticking to the plan. It's real simple. You got to stick to the plan. You got to do something. When people get into into business, they think, oh, I'm just going to buy a couple of houses. You know, every now and then I'll buy a house.
2 minutes.
That's kind of like saying, well, I'm going to open a restaurant, and every now and then I'm going to serve dinner. Let's say you open up on a random Tuesday, nobody's there. Why? Because you haven't been promoting the restaurant. Well, and the food's not that great. Well, because you haven't gotten better at making the meal. That's what it takes to be successful in business. If you want to buy a handful of rental properties a year, 2 or 3 rental properties, just go find a neighborhood you like, go put 20% down, and move a tenant in there. Now, I will tell you this. You need to get some training on how to manage a rental property. We can do that. It's pretty simple. And by training, all I'm going to tell you is, hey, there's some specific things you need to do. Just hire a property management company. hire Property Care, Jerry Toss Company. I mean, that sort of stuff makes it really easy. But the reality is you're still going to have to run it like a business.
1 minute.
If you're running a restaurant, you can't open up every third Tuesday and expect there to be a crowd of people clamoring for your goods. That's not how this works. What is it you're doing every day? And it doesn't have to be something big. Spend an hour doing a little marketing. Spend an hour doing a little driving for dollars. Talking to for sale by owners. Going out looking at a couple of houses. You spend an hour at a networking event. There's ways in which you can work in this business to build this business, but you got to work. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about mediocrity and real estate. This is Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Junk King is your full-service junk and clutter removal solution. You just point, and we will do all of the work. Junk and clutter can be appliances, furniture, yard waste, trash, construction or remodeling debris, items left by former tenants, or anything you wish to dispose of that does not require a permit for hauling. Apartment, attic, garage, and office cleanouts, or yard cleanups. We even assist with tenant evictions where law enforcement is present. Our courteous, uniformed, and professionally trained teams provide you with free estimates. We will beat any comparable competitor's written quote,
That's better.
and we even sweep up after every job at no additional cost. Junk King is the greenest junk hauling service in North America. We donate, recycle, repurpose, and reuse as much as possible from every load, and we are averaging 60 to 80% nationwide. Fully insured, Junk King would love the opportunity to showcase our services and earn your business. 1-888-888-JUNK.
Do you have cracks in your brick, doors that stick, or sheetrock that's coming apart? Then you may have foundation movement. Due to our expansive soils in the Houston area, it's probably not a question of if you have movement, but when. Call Foundation Check for a truly independent, unbiased foundation evaluation. Foundation Check has been in business since 2009 and has completed over 1,400 evaluations. We're not in the business of repairing foundations or selling you unnecessary pier work, but we are in the business of evaluating your foundation. Our product is designed for house flippers, landlords, or even owner-occupied properties. Each of our files is reviewed by a licensed engineer. Remember to check before ever repair. Call 346-702-3825. That's 346-702-3825. Or you can reach us online at foundationcheck.com. That's foundationcheck.com.
Did you know that there are over $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S.? Imagine if you could use someone's IRA to fund all of your deals. Well, you can. Quest IRA is based locally here in Houston, Texas. At Quest IRA, we offer retirement accounts that can be used to invest in real estate, promissory notes, private entities, and much more. Many of our clients loan money from their IRAs to fund real estate deals all over the country. We don't sell any investments or give advice. However, we do hold free networking events, weekly educational classes, and free consultations with an IRA specialist. For more information, visit our website at questira.com or call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs. To tap into the $24 trillion in retirement accounts in the U.S., call Quest IRA at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or go to our website, questira.com.
1 minute.
Okay.
Time is money in a real estate deal. If your insurance company is slow or non-responsive, you could lose a deal like that. You need a quick turnaround on quotes or binders? The agency for that is Benchmark Insurance Group of Texas. The team at Benchmark understands the investor mindset. They know what you need and when you need it. We're here for you. Are you a rehabber, wholesaler, buy and hold, or flipper? Bundling your properties on a single policy will help save time and money. Benchmark has been in business for over 10 years, and we insure over 30,000 properties. Contact Benchmark about our exclusive investor package. Call us and let us show you what we can do for you at 281-569-4353. That's 281-569-4353. Or online at benchmarkbroker.com. That's benchmarkbroker.com. That's 281-569-4353 or online at benchmarkbroker.com.
All right, stand by.
Okay.
Hot mics
This
in
is
5,
Business 1110.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. If you're not following us on Facebook, you should be. I'm going through one house that's right down the street from my personal residence. We just finished demo. Every couple of days. I'm trying to do at least once a week, maybe twice a week. We're doing a little video. I'm doing a Facebook Live walking through the house, showing you the changes over time. You know, before demo, in the middle of demo, and then, of course, now that we're starting the rehab. And it's a full rehab. It's a mess. So you will get to see all the stages of a rehab as we turn that house into a really beautiful house. So in any case, if you're not watching us on Facebook, you should be. That's Right Path Real Estate. Great little Facebook page, and it's pretty active. You'll see a lot of folks on there. We also post our radio shows on there. I'm on Facebook Live right now with me being in studio. So phone number here is 713-785-1817, and that's a place to see us. Lewis sent me a note here on Facebook. Says, "Hey, Jason, how can I see your live video on affordable housing? The one from yesterday, I just can't find anymore. Take a look on my personal page." Most of the stuff I do on my personal page is public, so I'm maxed out on the friends list stuff. So just dig around through there, and it should be on there. Yesterday, I shot in a clay tournament with the guys over at Noble Mortgage for the commercial real estate undergraduate program at U of H. There were about, 100, 150 competitors out there. Had an absolute blast. I got to tell you, my favorite is shooting the rabbit. I mean, that's my, when they send that little clay that hops along the ground, that is an absolute blast to shoot. So we went out there, had a great time. And the clay, the Houston, I think they call it the West Houston Clay Shooting Center, something like that. And West Houston is a bit of a misnomer. It's almost like, northeast San Antonio. I mean, it's way out there, way out there. It's like an hour from my house in Sugar Land. I mean, it's a drive. So it's a poke to get out there. Well, when I'm driving out there and I'm on I-10 and I'm hitting the cross street to get up to, I can't remember, it's 2850 or 2580 or 1430. It's one of these little farm to market, middle of nowhere roads. And as I'm getting up there, there must be a dozen signs for new builders. And not one of those signs had houses listed below $200,000. Not a single one. Now, mind you, this is the middle of nowhere. This is so far. If y'all have driven into Houston and you see Katy Mills Mall, it's another 5 to 10 minutes from that at 80 miles an hour. I mean, it is the middle of nowhere. The point I've been making for the last 6 or so months, those of y'all who are buy and hold landlords, those of y'all that just want to buy some rental properties, and you keep telling me, Jason, I got to get smoking deals on rental properties in order to buy them. And I keep telling you, don't wait. You need to be buying everything that cash flows in good neighborhoods below $200,000 you can get your hands on. And they look at me and they're like, yeah, but I can't find like a really smoking deal. And I keep saying, it doesn't matter. Developers, are not building affordable housing anymore. No one is building affordable housing anymore. When I bought my first house for my family to live in, we bought it in 2004 or 2005? I think it was 2004. We bought that house with options, tile throughout, upgraded carpet, and a couple other things. I can't remember what it was. It was it's a 18 or 1900 square foot house, right at the end of the Fort Bend Tollway, which is essentially Highway 6 and the Fort Bend Tollway. Really easy commute to get into the medical center and the south portion of Houston. We paid $128,000 for that house. $128,000. The market crashed in 2008. That house was worth maybe $90,000, $95,000. Brand new house. We sold it 2 years ago for $160,000 and some change. 160 grand. The reality is that there are virtually no developers and builders in Houston that are building houses below $200,000. There's no more affordable housing being built in Houston. There isn't any affordable housing being built 50 miles from Houston. Now, don't get me wrong. There could be some little pocket neighborhoods here or there. Little builder putting up, it's got 50 lots, 40 lots, 30 lots, and they'd be throwing up some houses, $175,000, $185,000. But the reality is there is virtually zero affordable housing being built in the greater Houston market. None. So what does that mean? It means that single-family houses are going to appreciate in value rapidly. Whenever I hear someone talk about a housing bubble in Houston, I immediately ask, do you have any idea what you're talking about? And they'll say, well, we've seen a huge increase in the number of multifamily units out there, and we think multifamily is a great deal. I'm like, you clearly do not understand the difference between supply and demand. And I'll tell you, the amount of supply is the amount of new stuff on the market. In other words, how much new construction is being completed in a month. And I'll tell you, in Houston, below $200,000, it's virtually zero. I want to say that again so everybody gets this, because it's really important. There is virtually no new houses being built below $200,000. Now, of course, the follow-up question you should ask is, hey, Jason, is there a need for houses below $200,000? Absolutely. Would you rather rent an apartment in Katy for $1,600 a month or buy a house for $1,600 a month? I think that's a pretty easy answer. I'd rather live in a house. But the problem is the stuff in Katy, the vast majority of it is high twos up to the sixes. So you're stuck in that apartment. And you're stuck in that apartment until one of two things happens. You make more money so you can buy one of those houses, or the price of those houses comes down, which is not going to happen. Or they build more houses. And we know that's not going to happen either. The reality is that if you are looking to invest in single-family real estate, the best play over the next 5 years is going into neighborhoods that have had great schools for 20 years and buy those houses below $200,000 and rent them out. Bar none. That is going to be the best financial play. Go into those neighborhoods like Cypress, certain sections of Katy. There's even some areas in Sugar Land left that have houses below $200,000 that you can rent, that you can lease out that cash flow. And if you're someone who is just looking to expose your personal wealth to real estate, I wouldn't try and find a, quote, deal. I'd go find that house that's selling for $150,000, $160,000. I'd put 20% down, and I'd move a tenant in there. Own that property for 5 years. Let the tenant pay down that mortgage. Let the tenant pay those taxes, insurance, HOA. And then when you turn around and sell that property, it will have appreciated 10, 15, 20% over the term of 4 or 5 years. I was chatting with my sales manager yesterday, and we were talking about a deal a friend of his did about 15 years ago. went in and bought this house. They work in a small market in Texas. Went in and bought a house. The house had all kinds of major structural issues. There were some civil engineering issues that needed to be addressed around the property. The builder had just gotten out of a lawsuit from the original buyer, and they had this house on their books that they had to buy back. So this investor friend of ours said, hey, what would you take for it? And they said, hey, give us an offer. Beautiful house, brand new, still needed some rehab, about a year old. And they said, well, would you take 35? And they said, we'll take it. Bought that house, $35,000, practically brand new. And they've been renting it out for the last 5 or 6 years at $1,600 a month. The reason I tell that story is there are opportunities in this market, even when you pay, in this case, they didn't pay retail, but they took on a real troubled property. When you're paying retail, quote, retail in today's terms for these deals.
2 minutes.
They cash flow today. They're great investments today. And the equity you're going to get on the back end when you sell these things is going to be amazing. In fact, here's the dirty secret in real estate right now. And I'll talk more about some of the folks I networked with yesterday at this commercial real estate event. Here's the little dirty secret right now in real estate. Multifamily and single family are counter-cyclical, meaning when multifamily is up, single family is at a low. When single family is at a high, multifamily is at a low. I'll tell you, folks, single family is just getting started. It is just warming up. Multifamily is about at its peak. Now is the time to be buying everything you can get your hands on.
1 minute.
And in the next 5 to 7 years, as multifamily declines and as single family ascends in value, you sell those single family assets. And then you 1031 exchange into multifamily when it's at its low. I'll give you the theme for our next segment. Was chatting with a commercial real estate broker I have a tremendous amount of respect for. Been in the business for decades. And he said something to me real interesting yesterday. He said, when someone tells me they bought multifamily in the last 2 years and they're making money, I just assume they're lying. We get back from the break, we're going to talk more about commercial real estate, single family, and a mediocre real estate investors. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off.
Oh, there goes the feed.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen.
Oh, Matt,
Appraisals.
that's funny.
Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real
I've been
estate.
looking for a Benelli.
We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the
So I immediately
market.
sent a text to a buddy of mine. I'm like, which choke am I supposed to use? And went ahead and put it in.
713-346-9911.
Yeah, because a full choke
just
kind of goes all over the place.
Are you an active real estate investor? If so, a real estate attorney is a crucial member to add to your team. Contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. Ehlert Law serves clients in real estate and business law with principal offices in Houston and their acquisitions and dispositions. We are equipped to serve you in your residential and commercial real estate law needs. Contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. We draft and review docs and structured transactions and represent you in disputes and litigation. Or choose one of our transaction packages to cover your sub-2, wholesale, wraps, or private financing deals. Our business and commercial services include business contracts, entity formations, and business consultations. If you need a reliable, dedicated firm to serve on your team, contact Ehlert Law at 346-231-1120. 346-231-1120. Paid for by Gerald Ehlert, principal offices in Houston, not board certified by the Texas Board of Legal Specialization.
Are you expecting to close accurately, on time, and with lots of communication on your home purchase? You've come to the right place. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, Senior Loan Officer with Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Our goal is to give our borrowers and referral partners an amazing experience during the loan process. My team believes in putting people and culture before results. Our company concentrates on building those teams who operate with structure, process, and recognition for going the extra mile for you. This way, we have the energy to make this your best home purchase ever. Give us a call today to find out the simple steps to get started. I'm Jennifer Hernandez, the Hernandez team at Legacy Mutual Mortgage. Jennifer.legacymutual.com or call 713-579-3611. Again, jennifer.legacymutual.com. We can't wait to consult with you soon. NMLS 514497.
Equal Housing Opportunity Lender. NMLS 514497.
Real estate investors, if you're not familiar with Quest IRA, let me tell you what you're missing. We've got free weekly educational classes, networking opportunities, and the ability to tap into trillions of dollars for your real estate investing deals. Come by our office or join us remotely as we simulcast all of our educational classes every Tuesday morning and evening. For more information, call us at 1-855-FUN-IRAs or visit our website at questira.com.
If you have cracks in your walls, ceilings, or floors, you may have a foundation leveling
1 minute.
problem. Do you have doors that stick or just won't open right? Maybe you have gaps in the bricks of your fireplace. You need Green Tree Foundation Leveling, a fast, high-quality foundation leveling company based here in Houston. They know how hot it gets on the Gulf Coast. High summer temperatures, heavy rainfall, and clay-rich soils are leading causes of foundation cracks. If you have a cracked slab or a shifting foundation, call Green Tree Foundation Leveling at 832
30 seconds, Jay.
1687. How old is your house? Many older homes in our area require foundation repair simply because of our climate and soil conditions. Green Tree Foundation Leveling provides free estimates within 24 hours. They repair concrete slab foundations and pier and beam homes too. The experts at Green Tree Foundation Leveling work fast and offer competitive rates, even a lifetime transferable warranty. Call 832-329-1687 to schedule an appointment with Green Tree Foundation Leveling.
This is
All right,
Business
hot mics
1110.
in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. Talking about mediocre real estate investors today. Yesterday I was shooting at a tournament. Great tournament. I love shooting clays. If you haven't done it before, it's an absolute blast. So we were out there. I was hanging out with a whole bunch of commercial real estate brokers. And I'll tell you, I worked the room a little bit. I said, hey, guys, what do y'all see? You know, what do you really see going on out there? And most of them said, it is a fantastic time to sell. But to buy, folks that are buying, they may not be buying at the peak of the market, but they're close. You know, when especially for the brokers that have been in this business for 10, 15, 20 years, it wasn't but a handful of years ago that they were buying some of these assets, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 a door, that are now selling $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a door. Just the amount of capital it takes to buy one of these things unimproved has skyrocketed. When I did my State of the Market address last week, I do kind of a State of the Market every quarter. One of the themes that we found in running our single-family real estate business, buying over 100 houses a year, is that the market changes every quarter. So I want to do a market update for all those folks that show up at our event at least once a quarter. And I'll tell you, one of the graphs I shared is how multifamily has completely decoupled from all the other commercial real estate assets. They're not even following the same trend line anymore, which is scary. In fact, you could look back 25, 30, 40 years and see that all commercial assets, for the most part, trend along together. But there's an enormous uptick in multifamily. Now, will that trend continue indefinitely? I'd love to say it would. But the reality is that's not how business works. There are cycles in every business. And the cycle right now is at the top. Those folks who are buying multifamily have bought multifamily in the last 2 years and sometimes 3 years. The market changes too quickly. They're going to be in a world of hurt. I mean, interest rates have risen a little bit, not a whole lot. Of course, the market's freaking out about it, but it's not a whole lot relative to where they've been historically. So the question is, now what do you do? You want to invest, but you got to invest in another asset class. Multifamily is too hot. Most of commercial is too hot. I was chatting with a buddy of mine. He's thinking about moving his office. And he said, hey, we're thinking about moving a couple of different places. What do you think? I know you guys have been shopping. And I said, well, what I look at is sublease space. And if there's a whole lot of sublease space on the market, that's a precursor to a significant change in commercial real estate. So here's a sublease. Oil and gas was really hot a few years ago. All these oil and gas companies leased all this space out to hire all these people. Market changes, they get rid of all these folks, but they still own the real estate. They're still responsible for the lease. So they can then sublease that to another tenant, somebody like us. That's actually what we're shopping right now, is sublease spaces. However, at some point, when the original lease has expired, has gone to term, those companies are not going to renew those leases. So what happens? The building owner then begins to experience the empty space, the lack of revenue. And that's going to happen in the next few years. So the question right now is, if you're in the commercial real estate space, what do you do? A lot of these building owners are still asking, retail rent from 2 years ago because their buildings are technically still full. So what we've decided to do is sublease the space for about 2 years and then take a look and see what the commercial real estate market looks like, at which point we may end up buying our own building. However, until then, we're going to take advantage of the highly discounted sublease rent. And these subleases, I'll tell you, they've shot up. They really have. So if you're looking at trend lines on commercial real estate, particularly office, you still think it's a great market. Look at those subleases. How many subleases are available in your market? That's the precursor. Because who rents out those spaces? Other businesses. And if those other businesses have liquidated all of their human resources, they're not going to renew that lease. So I'll tell you, those of you who are getting into the commercial real estate space, be very careful right now. Be very careful with multifamily. I heard some stories yesterday about multifamily investors buying these properties, $50,000, $60,000 a door, putting another $10,000, $15,000 a door in rehab, and expecting their rents to increase anywhere between 25 and 50%. If you look at rental rates, lease rates, the amount these things can be leased for over the last 2 years, and in particular over the last 8 months, those rental increases have slowed substantially. I did a whole show on this probably 2 weeks ago. The market is slowing down rapidly. How would you like to be in a multifamily deal in the middle of some luxury rehab in a Class C asset? And not only are you not able to rent them for what you thought you could rent them for, but you end up renting them for less than before the rehab? Right now, multifamily is literally in the same space as single family was during The Big Short. If you guys go back and watch that movie, The Big Short, what the whole idea behind shorting the housing market was predicated on the idea that housing prices would cease to rise. Not that they would fall, not that there was this economic collapse, just not increasing in value enough. Not continuing that ascension of price. And that is exactly what happened. And we're seeing it in multifamily. There are a number of real estate investors, and I get the PPMs. I can see them. And I think there's no way anybody in their right mind who knows anything about real estate investing would invest in this deal. And sure enough, it's fully funded in a private placement memorandum. They're buying a Class C asset at a 5.5 cap or a 6 cap on actuals. In other words, on the actual financials. And then they dump another $10,000 or $15,000 a door in to boost the rents. And the reality is, it ain't going to happen. It's just not. What do you think those partners in that multifamily deal are going to do? Now, don't get me wrong. Are there deals out there? Absolutely. But it's not $50,000 and $60,000 a door for a Class C. And to be perfectly honest with you, I have never liked how most of these real estate gurus finance these multifamily deals to begin with.
2 minutes.
You know, a huge equity raise, and then you're behind a first lien position on a bank. I've never liked that because most of the people they're raising money from are not professional real estate investors. It's just mom and pop people that have a couple $100,000 they've saved in retirement. I think when you go in and do multifamily, do it 100% cash. One big equity raise. Buy it all in cash, increase the rents, do the rehab, stabilize the asset, and finance everybody out 100%. I think that's how you should do it. But then again, I don't invest in multifamily simply because of the risk. There's so much more risk there than there is in a little single-family house. I was chatting with a buddy of mine last night, and he was talking about a deal he did down in Clear Lake like 3 or 4 years ago.
1 minute.
Flip house, ARV 250, 275. It was right when they laid off all those folks in NASA. Market literally collapsed overnight. So they refinanced the property, rented it out, waited 3 years. Now they're selling it as a flip, and they're going to make about $70,000 on the deal. But you've got a lot of options in single family that you don't in multifamily. I mean, if you do it wrong in multifamily, it's all over. Single family, got a lot of options. Multifamily, not so much. We get back from the break, we'll talk more about single family and multifamily and mediocre real estate investing. This is Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mike's off.
Investor loans offering up to 100% financing are still available. You just have to know where to look. Look no further than Noble Mortgage. Noble Mortgage is a full-service mortgage company that's been helping investors since 2003. Noble Mortgage offers up to 100% financing to investors that covers purchase, repairs, and closing costs. In addition to private money, Noble Mortgage offers conventional loans, FHA, and even no-income documentation loans for both residential and commercial properties. Call and ask about our 5-point guarantee, which includes free pre-qualifications within 2 business days. Call 713-680-8100 or visit noblemoney.com. That's noblemoney.com. Our team has over 50 years' experience in the mortgage industry. Call us today, 713-680-8100, or visit us on the web, noblemoney.com, noblemoney.com.
NMLS 292143, 8203 Willow Place Drive, Houston, Texas, 77070.
You found or inherited a great investment property. Problem is, you don't know how much it's worth, or more importantly, what to do to maximize your investment while mitigating risk. This is exactly why we started Next Gen Appraisals. Next Gen is a group of appraisers specializing in investment real estate. We understand that investors aren't just looking for a number of what their property is worth, but a comprehensive analysis of the market. Give NextGen a call at 713-346-9911 or check us out online at nextgenappraisals.com.
Junk King is your full-service junk and clutter removal solution. You just point, and we do all of the work. Our courteous, uniformed, and professionally trained teams provide free estimates. We will beat any comparable competitor's written quote, and we even sweep up after every job. The greenest junk hauling service in North America, we donate, recycle, repurpose, and reuse as much as possible from every load. And we are averaging 60 to 80% nationwide. Fully insured, we would love the opportunity to showcase our services and earn your business. 1-888-888-JUNK.
Virtuoso Graphics is not your ordinary sign shop. We're your one-stop shop for all your signage and graphics needs. We are located in the Galleria area and have been in business for over 13 years. We offer a wide variety of signage products, including Bandit, aluminum, and ADA compliant signs to 3D letters. Need something printed? We can get that done too. From outdoor banners to business cards and anything in between. Take advantage of our laser engraving services. We can custom engrave on many products available through our catalogs or your own personal items. From large orders to small, we can accommodate your specific needs. We pride ourselves on customer service and work one-on-one with customers to make sure they get a good quality product. Come view our showroom to browse our many samples to get you inspired. Want your business to get noticed? Give us a call at 713-623-4425 or visit our website at virtuoso-graphics.com.
Are you looking for an investor-friendly general contractor for your investment property?
1 minute.
Then call Fast Track Remodeling at 832-742-9992 or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Fast Track Remodeling specializes in turnkey remodeling of single-family investment properties. Whether it's a flip rehab or a rental rehab, we manage every aspect of a rehab from start to finish with a highly efficient, standardized process.
Over the last 6 years, Fast Track has completed over 700 projects, which has helped us to create our 3 keys to success. Use a detailed scope of work so that everything gets done, train and maintain quality crews so it gets done right, and complete the work in a proper order so it gets done fast.
No more managing it yourself, no more doing the work yourself. Fast Track Remodeling really does manage it all.
So give us a call today at 832-742-9992. Again, that's 832-742-9992, or reach us on the web at fasttrackremodeling.com.
Stand by.
This
Hot
is
mics
Business
in
1110.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate. So you got a choice, folks. What are you going to do? It's a new day. It's April. What are we at? April 14th. What are you going to build? Single family, multifamily. Let me go to Facebook real quick. See if I can answer any questions here before I get a chance. Let's see here. Hey, Jason, what are some of the types of marketing you do for deals? We do all kinds of marketing. Working with wholesalers, real estate agents. We send little postcards in the mail, yellow letters. I do online stuff. We've got 160 billboards out there. If you drive around Houston, if you see a white and green billboard, these aren't bandit signs. These are billboards. Bigger than the truck you drive. I mean, they're monsters. What's funny is they're bulletin size, and they don't look that big on the freeway, but when you get up next to one that's about street level, they're huge. So we've got billboards all over town. Now the question is, what are you trying to do? What are the type of houses you want to buy, and who do you want to buy them from? That's important. that will dictate the message and the medium. One of my favorite things to talk about at the weekend retreat is marketing. And one of the things I like to say is, where are your sellers having conversations? You want to have a conversation in the same place your seller is, your potential customer. So that's what I would ask. What are you trying to buy? There's all kinds of ways to buy these things. You can set up email campaigns to certain real estate professionals. We've done that before. I mean, we've done all kinds of marketing. There are deals out there. Yes, folks in DFW, there are deals in your market.
2 minutes.
I keep hearing from people, there's no deals, there's no deals. We've got mastermind students in Dallas that are crushing it. I mean, they're doing an incredible job flipping houses out there. So there are deals. You got to work for them. They're not going to show up in your email box. They're not going to show up the first time you make an offer to a wholesaler or real estate agent. You got to work for them. But they're there. Trust me, they're there. And now is the best time to get into real estate in single family because the market is heating up. And when a market starts to heat up like this, you can make a lot of money really quick to redeploy into your business and grow it. That's how we went from 7 houses one year to 70 the next. Is we took all that profit, put it right back into the business, and grew our marketing channels. Grew our business to do more business. I mean, you look at the last 18 months in Houston house buyers, our marketing budget has more than doubled.
1 minute.
You put that money back in and you grow. You put it back in and you grow. You put it back in and you grow. Don't get me wrong. You can leave a legacy for your family, 10, 20, 30, 40 rental properties. How would you like to build a business that does 30 rental properties a year? How would you like to leave that as a legacy? Buy 100 houses every 3 years. That's a legacy. Build a sustainable business that continually brings in deals.
30 seconds.
If you're interested in doing that, go to our website, rightpathrealestate.com. I think I'm allowed to say that we've got the website live now. We just got
20
finished.
Seconds.
Go to rightpathrealestate.com. We'll see you guys on Monday. I'll be on the radio talking more about single-family real estate and real estate
10
investing.
seconds.
Thanks for listening. This has been Jason Bible, Right Path Real Estate.
Mic's off. Have a good weekend, Jay.
You too. Do you have to work all day?
Oh, no. I get off at 11.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You've been
all right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you Monday.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Find Jason and Tom at Right Path Real Estate.